My work and my passion is confusing for those that accept the stereotypical notions of masculinity. I cook, a lot. I work in kitchens, which is traditionally women's work. At family gatherings, you can find me in the kitchen, helping cook and clean. Everyone else is watching football, and I'm basting a turkey. I collect recipes and cooking tips like other men collect sports stats and trivia. I'm a self-identified feminist who most people would describe as soft-spoken and easy to be around. But my work in professional kitchens brings out another side of me. I've been a cook for the last decade, and as some of you may know, professional kitchens are some of the most sexist, homophobic, transphobic, misogynistic, macho work environments that you can find. It has split me. I have my work personality, and I have who I am in the rest of my life. In kitchens, I am not soft-spoken. I have to yell to be heard. I'm direct and short and to the point, because there's no time to consider feelings during service with 10 tickets waiting. I have told way too many dirty and offensive jokes. I can talk about the physical similarities between common kitchen items and genitalia. My vocabulary would make a sailor proud. All of this means that I have chosen to live a double life to be able to survive, to keep my sanity. Because people will ask my partner if I really work in restaurants, because I am so nice, they can't picture this side of me. Honestly, she doesn't have an answer, because over the years, I've become so good at the split that she can't picture it either. Growing up, I valued toughness. I considered it core to being a man. I can remember as a boy that I wanted to be tough. I loved Voltron, G.I. Joe, and the Ninja Turtles. When asked what I wanted to be when I grew up, I replied, a hunter, because that was the manliest job I could think of. I remember one time refusing to wear an arts and crafts Christmas necklace because I was a boy. I also remember thinking this was how boys were supposed to be. I don't remember being able to explore my emotions or learn closeness, but I do have countless memories of working hard and staying tough. Hard work and toughness. These are two qualities that I think I inherited and learned from my dad. A man that grew up poor and worked hard to provide and create a good life for his family. Even today at 73, my dad runs 2 businesses and cuts his own grass. He doesn't need to, but he still does, just because that's how he is. Growing up, I saw one side of my dad, a man who felt he had to hide away parts of himself because of rigid ideals of masculinity. As we have gotten older though, I've been able to know my dad better. And looking back, there was also a very gentle side to him. I remember him reading me a children's book about a son scared of shadows at night. In the book, the father would go around and turn on the lights to show the boy his various fears were just the dark. And then they would enjoy a late snack of cinnamon toast. Then my dad would make me cinnamon toast, and so would we. Already, I was learning conflicting things about what it meant to be a man. That it was about hard work and toughness, but also, sometimes, a bit of tenderness. I graduated SLU with a degree in social work, did a volunteer year in Detroit, and stumbled into a career of service that would lead me to Cairn House, a Catholic worker house with hospitality for women and women with children. Think homeless shelter, but a lot nicer. Over the last 15 years, I found faith and left it. I found loves and lost them. I found purpose and then changed it. I went between a supporting, loving community of radical acceptance to harsh and cutthroat kitchens and never bridged the chasm it left in me. Now my life is changing again, and I'm struggling to keep up. In 8 impossibly short weeks, my beautiful partner Sarah is having a baby, and I will become a father. It's really exciting, everybody. It really is. I am beyond excited. It is also really, really scary and stressful. I'm excited for so many things, to share my favorite parts of life, exploring Tower Grove Park, watching Star Wars for the first time with them, getting a snow cone on a really hot day, or hot chocolate on a bitterly cold one. I really hope they're like cooking, because I'm excited for them to cook with me. But I'm also scared and worried to be a dad. Naturally, I'm worried about the normal, bigger things, like if they'll be healthy and if I'll be a good role model. but I'm also scared to have a son, specifically one forced to contend with the distorted norms of toxic masculinity. We are not finding out the sex of our child on purpose. It doesn't matter to us, but it really matters to the rest of the world. When I think about having a child the world perceives as female, I'm excited to help raise a badass feminist like her mom. There's a path laid out for me to raise a daughter to know that she can be and do anything, that she can boldly speak her opinions and own her voice. As a society, we have built a new model for raising daughters, and there exist amazing resources and communities around it. I see it with my nieces and friends' daughters. When I think about having a son, though, I'm terrified of the prospect of raising a son in the dominant culture of toxic masculinity. To be very blunt, if I have a child perceived to be female, I expect her to have uncomfortable interactions with men, to be harassed and possibly sexually assaulted. I expect it, but I don't tolerate it, and I'm angry about it. But worse still is the fear that if I have a child perceived to be male, I may have to look at him and know that he has hurt someone, made someone uncomfortable, harassed, or even sexually assaulted someone. And so my goals as a father become clear. Raise a strong daughter, yeah. But maybe have to raise a compassionate son. That's harder. To raise girls to be strong, they need strong role models, which we are blessed to have all around us. But to raise boys to be compassionate, we need men to be those role models. We need men who can openly display emotional health as well as their physical health. Men actively engaged in close and affectionate relationships, in close and affectionate friendships, bragging about their feelings instead of their conquests. Men who no longer just take, but ask and share and give. So I have to begin to confront my split personality, to see and understand how I have been divided and do the work to become whole again. Because I know my child will be watching me all the time and learning from the ways I interact with others. My dad modeled gentleness for me, but I couldn't see it. So it was so often hidden behind his traditional, hardworking, tough guy exterior. He gave me stern looks, he coached soccer games, he built my Pinewood Derby cars, but he struggled to be open and free with his emotions. In a way I didn't fully appreciate until I began thinking about myself as a father. I internalized the message that sensitivity and sweetness were reserved for private moments, and not a part of what it means to be a man. I want to be better. I have the integrity to be cohesively, although imperfectly, me, whether I'm at work or at home. We have a phrase we like for our nursery: have courage and be kind. It is a motto, a mantra for a new baby, but it is also for us, for me as a dad and as a man. I have to have courage to be whole, emotionally available, a compassionate man, and to be kind. Yes, to my family and coworkers, but also to myself as I work and try and struggle to be a good father for whoever my child becomes. Thank you.